Hello, hello, hello. What up, though? I'm back. Roth is back, so it's time to get rock. Hello, we gonna get the vibes right. Just gonna set the mood right, set the vibe right. Cause we got Sacha T pulling up in the building, so I'm getting the music right. Hey. So my guest Sacha T gonna be pulling up, and we gonna be talking that talk. So welcome to the Roth Talk podcast, where we talk that talk. Get Roth Talk in here. Hello. What up, my guy? Hello. Grooving. Sacha T about to pull up. Hello. Set the mood right. Hey. Hey. Let's just dream it away. Hello. Thank you, Auntie. Hello. You already know. While we waiting on Sacha T to get up in here, man, I just gotta tell y'all I'm back, baby. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I took a little hiatus, but you know, I still have a lot of great content on YouTube, so you can go over to YouTube, search Roth Talk Podcast. I have interviewed the likes of Bob Sumner, the co-creator of Def Comedy Jam. I have interviewed the multi-platinum singer Tanisha Kelly. So, you know what I mean? Go over there and check out those interviews. I've had the producer Hannah Lane, who worked with Timberland and Magoo and all that, so R.P. Magoo. So yeah, man, I got a lot of great content already on YouTube. So go ahead and check out those previous podcasts. But you already know, I'm going to be doing a series on up-and-coming artists, and she is one that I'm telling you need to look for. You know, she in the UK, so I don't know. Hopefully, this is the right time, because I told her 1 Eastern, so she in the UK. So, I know it's kind of late over there, so hopefully she ain't asleep. So, while we doing that, I'm waiting on my girl to pull up, so I might, hold on, let me send this invite. What the? Yeah, you know me, I like to be on time, goddammit. There she go. She in the building. Hey, you already know. We post the link. You already know. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Right. We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, good. I can hear you.
All right. So everybody, welcome Sacha T in the building.
Hello. What's going on?
What is going on, man? What time is it over there right now?
It's 6 p.m. here.
6 p.m. Okay.
Yeah. Still good time.
Still good time. I didn't want to, do it too late because, usually my show is at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's usually late. So you would be asleep if you know what I'm saying.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So I'm doing a special time because I definitely want the people to get to know you, hear from you, hear about what you got going on now and what's going on in the future. So, this is what we do. We talk that talk. So welcome to the Roth Talk Podcast. I'm your host.
Thank you.
Rothstein Beats, and my special guest today is the UK-owned Sacha T. So Sacha T, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Just go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people who may not know how, like I know you. Hello.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Sacha T. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer from London, South London to be specific. Anyone that knows. Big up South London. And yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be talking to you guys. I make music, I make people smile, I bring the good vibes and the good energy. So yeah, hopefully you feel some of that today. And that's me.
Hello. No, definitely, man. Well, we met off of Clubhouse. So shout out to the Clubhouse family. And I heard you sing in the room. And I was like, how do you talk like that? But then you sing like that too. So
Oh,
let's
thank
just,
you.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. So let's kind of just take the people from the beginning. Let's talk about young Sacha T. When did you find out that you had a love for music? Was it a young age? Was it teenage years?
Um, I feel like when I was younger, so I mean, everyone kind of has a similar story. Like you're listening to like Destiny's Child, Beyonce, like Lauryn Hill, all the classics. I feel like for me, dance was first. So like I
Mm.
started to love to dance, and we used to do like dances in our school playground and just have fun and make up routines and things. And then music kind of tagged on to that. So like I was like, okay, I'm dancing, maybe I should just sing along, and I started to sing a little bit and kind of found that I had some sort of voice. But it was always up and down. Like dance was always straight, like it was always cool and I was always doing my thing. But music was always up and down for me. And I don't think I started taking it seriously until probably a couple of years ago, where I
Mm.
was like, okay, I'm actually going to do it for real. But I guess I've always loved putting things together and singing along to things. And my mum was in choirs and I used to sing in church. I mean, I still sing in church, and all that kind of stuff. So it's always been there. But yeah, I started taking it seriously probably a couple of years ago.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the church days. Let's talk about the church now. I'm from the U.S. side, so I'm not. I don't want to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Now, do y'all do y'all sing like the Baptist church, or are y'all like like the Catholic kind of
No,
church? Like what kind of
no, no,
church
no,
y'all
no,
sing?
no, no,
Okay,
no, no. Let's just clear this
let's
out
let's
right
talk
now.
about
I
it.
mean,
Yeah, let's talk about it. That's why we here
I
to talk
mean,
that talk.
okay. So you do have those churches that are very like, I gotta be careful because
Yeah,
everyone's church
yeah,
is valid. You know what I
right.
mean?
No,
Everyone's
yeah.
form of worship is valid. But you do have those that sing, straight and keep it civilized and cool. Like that's cool. But the churches that I've been to, I mean, they get down. They
Okay,
they
okay.
they do their thing. So it's very much I mean, a lot of the churches that I've been to or that I've been a part of have like been influenced by America, or they have like
Mm,
American affiliations as well. So it is
okay.
very similar. If you came to the UK, I could bring you to a church that got down. Don't worry, don't worry.
Okay,
It's the
okay. I
same.
just want to make sure, you know what I mean? Because they be screaming, shouting,
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
all
yeah.
that. So okay,
It's the
so
same. It's the same.
okay, I feel comfortable. Okay, so from so I always like to ask my guests, did you ever be in a group young? 'Cause some people like were like in a singing group, or you know what
Hmm.
I mean, like they got with their friends and they used to like, I know you say you dance, but on the singing
Yeah.
side, did you ever have like a group of girls that you sung with or anybody?
Not that I can remember. I was always like on my own, doing my own thing. But to be fair, like I used to sing in school, and we used to like make things up, and I used to sing songs with people and have fun. But it was never like, oh, we're gonna be in a girl group and we're gonna do this and we're gonna like try and make it as a group. It was never like that. Again, it was more the dance side. Like I was in loads of dance groups and used to like perform in dance groups and things like that. But never, yeah, never a singing group.
Never on the girl, never the Spice Girls or anything
Nah,
like
I mean, I wish I
that.
did. I actually probably would have loved it, but yeah,
Right.
that was never my portion. I just let
Okay.
other people do it. But yeah, I wouldn't have
Okay.
minded. I wouldn't have
All right.
minded.
Well, let's talk about some of your early influences because I'm, interested on like what kind of music do you remember? What kind of music you were listening to at a young age, or any singers that
Mm.
kind of, inspired you in one way or another?
Um, my music taste is all over the place. I'm not even gonna lie. My dad had like I grew up listening to obviously music that my mum listened to, music that my dad listened to, and music that they kind of imparted in me. So there was a lot of gospel, a lot of like the Winans and like Kirk Franklin side. And then you've got like the old soul, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston. Like that was very my mum. Like my dad used to listen to some of that as well, but my mum like wake us up cleaning time, that music comes
Hello.
on and we know. So that was all there. And then my dad was more, like I said, he used to listen to that vibe, but his music style was like very, very wide. And I feel like that's where I got it from. So he used to listen to like Queen and Elton John,
Mm,
the Beatles, like all of that kind of side of things. So growing up, I loved all types of music, classical, jazz, rock, pop rock. And I remember like actually the style of music that got me into playing guitar and wanting to play was like probably all the Disney days, like the pop rock kind of style, Miley Cyrus, Jonas Brothers. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna learn the guitar. So it's all a different mix, all around a mix of things, but definitely deep rooted in my R&B. I can't let go of like the Beyonce and like I said, Destiny's Child, Lauryn Hill, all of that kind of vibe. And I'm always gonna tell people I'm a 90s baby. Give me
Hello.
TLC any day of the week. 90s R&B is my thing. So yeah, all of that rolled into one, and that's where I get my style from.
See, that's why I was gonna get to the playing instrument part, because I think, I gotta give you praise on that, because a lot of artists don't even pick up an instrument. They just kind
Hmm.
of, sing and, listen by ear. So let's talk
Yeah.
about you playing the guitar, because I think that's your weapon of choice. I see you on the steps. I
Yeah,
see you
yeah,
using it while you're performing. So let's talk
yeah.
about that journey and how long you've been doing that.
So I taught myself to play the guitar when I was 15, and I remember at 15 I kind of quit music a little bit. I say quit music, I wasn't doing music like that, but I was singing a lot in school and like having fun with it. And then I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't like it. I hate it. I'm stopping. And then that's when I picked up the guitar, and there were certain songs I'm like, I just want to learn how to play and practice, and was just teaching myself based on some of those songs. And then yeah, started writing my own songs from there. But I would always recommend to everyone, try and find an instrument that's easy, like guitar, and I can play like the keys a little bit. Just figuring out little bits as I go along is the best. It's the best thing that I've ever done. I feel like it helps me when I've got shows. I don't have to worry about like getting a musician in or hiring somebody. Or if I've got a musical idea, I can just grab my guitar. And a lot of the songs that I write start from my guitar, and I'll just go on my stairs, be freestyling. I'm like, okay, cool. This is it. Gonna record it, get it done, and like that's where it starts. So yeah, my guitar is like probably a little bit sad, but I don't really care. My guitar's like my best friend. Like I tell my guitar everything, and like we get music done, and it's all good. It's my favorite thing.
No, I mean, a lot of great musicians, Prince, Jimi Hendrix. It's a lot of
Hmm.
people that guitar is their, I call it the weapon of
Yeah,
choice, because even though I know you say it's easy, but to me, I know I try. I'm like, no, it ain't, coming together. So,
yeah, yeah.
so what made you pick the guitar? Is it just random, or you just had that's something you want to do? Because a lot of people start out either piano or drums or
Mm.
something like that. But what made you pick that?
Um, yeah, again, it was all my probably Disney like pop rock days when I was watching all my Disney shows, and everyone had a guitar, everyone was playing. I'm like, I want to learn how to play this song, I want to learn how to play this song. And I think at the time, most of the songs that I wanted to play had guitar. So guitar was just, and I remember it's so funny that I tell people this story all the time. I'm the type of person that I like to do everything. I like to try everything. I like to be everything. So every time I'm like, Mom, Dad, I want to do ballet, and they'd get me ballet shoes, and then I'd do it for a bit and put it down. And I'm like, oh, I want to do this, and they'd get me it. I put it down. I want to be an artist. They get me pencils, sketch pad, everything. I do it for a bit, then I put it down. I tried to play the violin. I still have my violin to this day. Tried it, put it down, and then the guitar. I remember saying to them, I want to play the guitar. Can you get me a
Mm.
guitar? My mum was like, no, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of all of this. I'm done. No, I'm not getting it. And then you could obviously with guitar, like you have guitar tabs and things, and I used to write down the tabs of the songs
Mm.
that I wanted to play, and like put my fingers in the position and like pretend I had a guitar. And they saw that I was doing it and saw like the commitment, and was like, okay, we'll get you a guitar, we'll let you do your thing. And then since then, never looked back. Like it's been, like you said, my weapon of choice. So yeah, most of the songs that I wanted to play were around a guitar, and all
Mm.
those tabs that I used to be pretending I had a guitar with were like the starting point for me, I think.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope, because for you over here faking like air guitar playing over here, they like, nah, we
Yeah,
we gotta give
yeah,
her a
yeah.
guitar for
I was
real. She
committed.
for real. Yeah, nah. I've seen kids like get a cardboard and then put like
Hmm.
piano keys on it,
Yeah,
and imagine they had a piano. So yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's the same
yeah.
thing. Like if you can envision it, then yeah, you definitely need to go ahead and take it up. So, all right,
100%.
so that was 15 years old. Let's talk about high school. Now, did you perform at all in high school? Did you keep it a secret? You know what? Because a lot of people might be a closet, you know, they was a closet musician. They didn't tell
Yeah,
people they was really
yeah.
doing stuff till, you know what I'm saying, till later on.
No, I feel like I was out there, but our school was really hard for me because you get those people, especially in school, like your hormones are up, everyone's competing, you're just finding yourself, you're finding your feet, and it's like we had quite a few singers in our year group, and I was too worried about like what other people would think, and I used to like really hold that in my head a lot.
Hmm.
So I remember in school I used to do musicals, I used to do, again, it was mostly dance, but I used to do like some of the singing stuff. I'm not gonna lie, back then my voice wasn't what it is now. Like I tried sometimes to hit those notes and I was be like, I was like, okay, cool. But there were people in the school that like for their age they could really, really sing. And I remember people just being like, oh Sasha, your voice is not great, or why do you sing like this? Or
Mm.
like, why are you trying to sing, blah blah blah. And I was just that person to be like, oh, do you know what, forget it. I agree, I can't sing. I agree with you guys. Like, just leave it. And that's why during school times I stopped singing
Mm.
completely and kind of quit at a certain age and didn't like take it seriously or pursue it, and started to focus on education. But I did really enjoy like performing and singing songs, pretending I was Rihanna on stage, singing Diamonds. Like, I don't know who I thought I was, but I was there. I was doing my thing. I was definitely out there, but it was really hard to compete with the other voices, and I didn't have that kind of mindset at that age. I was like, I'll forget it. You guys can have it. I'll do
Yeah.
something else.
No, I think we all had our confidence, you know, taking a, you know, a bad turn,
Mhm.
because there was a time I wanted to rap, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I take it back. I, now that I look back, I realize that's why I'm a producer, you know what I mean? But there was a time in high school, there was a bunch of my friends, they was rapping. So
yeah.
I man, let me rap too. And I don't even want to tell y'all my rap name because it was so trash. It was so
I feel like
bad.
you need to
So
give us a preview of what it
no, no,
was.
no, no, no. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. That's why I stay behind the scene. I stay behind the other side of the, you know, the studio. But no. So okay. So high school, you was kind of chilling in the background. Now, did you create any songs or anything? Were you still playing the guitar, or you just
Yeah.
altogether just gave it up?
Um, so I when I quit, that's when I started playing guitar and was writing songs in the background. So like before I'd be like going out and doing things, but it wasn't until I stopped publicly that privately I was like writing my songs and putting things together and learning to play the guitar and like being hidden in my room performing for myself, sort of thing. And yeah, I kind of wrote things with other people, but it was just probably just before I started to dwindle down and give up on music altogether that I was like performing some of my own stuff. But mostly it was me in my room doing my own thing and writing songs for my teddies and for my pillows and my bed, and that was it. It was just me, and I shared them with my mum sometimes. But yeah, that's as far as the performance side would go.
Yeah, man.
That was it.
And I love your interaction with your mom
Yeah,
on your, like, she's your number one fan, but she don't know your lyrics. So
I
like
just
I love that interaction. But we're
yeah.
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
But all right, so let's talk about after high school.
Hmm.
What's going on? So you working? You know, like, tell me what's going on, and when did
Yeah.
this fire start to ignite for you?
Uh, so after school, I focused on my education. So I went to uni, and so I did my A levels, went to uni, which is college for you guys, I guess, and studied law and theatre. So I went to go and do law completely. And at that time, I'd completely given up music. I'd completely given up performing. I was like, I'm done. And I went to apply to do law, and one of my teachers was like, "Are you crazy? You could not do straight law. Like, that's impossible. You need to have something where you can perform." I'm like, "Nah, miss, I'm done. I'm finished. I don't want to." But like, she pushed, and I ended up doing law with theatre studies, which is a weird random mix, and
That is.
they didn't blend at all. Like, they were two completely different things. But I did it. I graduated. I was the only one ever from that uni to graduate with that degree, like the first one to graduate with that kind of degree, which is crazy. Um, And then afterwards, I was kind of didn't really want to go into law. I just kind of just wanted to have the degree, say like I got a law degree. I'm like, I'm not actually going to do anything with it. And then I worked for a bit, and somebody asked me to sing at their event, and I was like, and it was weird because it was one of my old teachers who asked me to sing at an event that they were hosting. I was like, oh, okay, I don't really do that anymore, but fine. And I did it. I was like, okay, I need to do that. And then there was a guy there who ran a studio and was like, we'll get you in the studio, we'll just get you to practice and get your confidence back up and whatever. And since then, it took a while to get back into it, but I'm like, this is what I want to do. I have to do it. And I've spent so many years writing songs in my room. I have songs ready, sort of thing. So like, that was my start again point. I was ready to go.
Hello. Wow. Hold on. Time out. We got to do a rewind. We can't skip past that. You're a lawyer with a theater degree as well. So because don't lawyers act anyway? Is that what lawyers ain't?
I mean, I guess so.
Put on a great performance in front of the. Put on a great.
Yeah, I guess that's the logic. I don't even know, but I guess it works in some way. I
never heard.
I don't know.
Anybody do those two things, law and theater? That's amazing. So now in school with doing theater, you did performances while in uni?
Yeah. So I did a few, but again, like that was acting. I was still actually dancing at that point. So I was like doing dancing with like different dance groups and competitions and performing and stuff. But then it was like acting for like my lessons and doing like performances and stuff. But I was hiding music. Like obviously I still sang in my room, but didn't tell anyone I did music or sang or anything. So like at that time I was still not doing music at all. I'd completely given up. So yeah, mostly acting and dancing at that time.
Hello. Okay. So man, now we bringing the story together. So after this, so you graduated, you performed, you're in the studio. Tell us what happens after that. What's going on now?
Yeah. So I guess at that point, like the person who like was inviting me to the studio and stuff, I was on it, but I was not taking it seriously. Like I was missing studio sessions. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, my bad, I'm sorry. Like I wasn't taking it seriously. And I think slowly, for me, I'm the type of person that, especially when it got to that point, after working so hard in school to like try and build myself and decide who I was going to be, while I was like, I was like, oh, whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm just gonna just let it be. I'll just go with the flow. And then I remember when I was recording and stuff, just deciding whatever happens is gonna happen. I'm not gonna force anything. I'm just gonna go, we'll record 1-2 songs. Like, it's cool. Whatever happens, happens. And then things just started falling into place. Like, it was the next thing and then the next thing. And then someone would send me something where there was like, they needed a musician or they were giving away funding. I was like, oh, I'm just going to apply, but whatever. And then it got to the point where too many things were aligning for me to be like, this is not possible. Like, music is not a possibility. And opportunities were coming to perform. Opportunities were coming for funding. Opportunities were coming for like sponsorships and things. And I was just like, okay, maybe I should start taking this seriously. Like, this is actually a thing. And like since then, it's literally just been the next step. Whatever happens, happens. I've been meeting this person, I've been talking to this person, I've connected. I'm just gonna go with the flow until that stops, and it either changes my course or like keeps me going. I'm just stepping, and everything's been building. So yeah.
Hello. Nah, you cooking right now, Sacha.
I mean, so, I'm tired.
And it's so amazing because, like you said, there was a point in time when you weren't even doing music and you weren't even focused in that. But it was always in you. Like you said, you always had it on, that you was writing songs on the low and, getting better at the guitar and doing everything like that. So, no, I think that helped with your journey as well, because we all got a story where I could tell you I was a closet producer for a while because, somebody told me my stuff was whack. So then I was like, man, then I had lost confidence. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to put my stuff out there. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to go through those adversities to, get back in line with your journey. So I'm glad that happened for you.
So let's talk about Clubhouse. Let's talk about when you got on Clubhouse, because you know that's where we met. And you know, we kind of, you know, took it outside of Clubhouse and talked, and now, and I want to first personally say I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing.
Ah,
I see you, you know what I mean? And so I'm glad we was able to do this interview, because I need to interview you before you blow up. And then, you know, you can't read my DM no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like who Rothstein. So I want to I want to get my interview early so I can, you know what I mean, get that in early. But let's talk about Clubhouse. What got you on Clubhouse? How did you hear about Clubhouse? And
yeah. It was random. The a producer I was working with at the time, he was just like, "Oh, have you heard about Clubhouse?" And I remember like hearing things about it. I was like, "It's not for me, not on it." Like I'm not very extroverted. Like I'm introverted at times. So like coming out of my shell and talking to people is like. So when he's telling me about an app for talking to people, I'm like, I don't know if that's for me, but okay. And then he kept just being like, "Oh, I'm starting like a group with different people, like we'll talk, whatever." So I was like, "Okay, I'll join, see what it's about." And I remember, I don't know if it was pandemic times. I think it might have been like pandemic times or in a time of like coming out of lockdown or something. I was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me just join and see what it's about. And then I remember being like, okay, I can connect with people. I can try and come out of my shell a little bit and like just push myself. I don't even remember how I joined your room. I don't remember when, I remember how, but I just remember joining and everyone was like introducing themselves and connecting and like people offering each other advice and things and like people were singing songs. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and like join. And then I think you invited me up one time to the stage. I was like, bruh, no, I can't do it. I can't do
hello,
it.
come on up
This is
stage.
not for me. But yeah, I
Mm.
remember like joining and then I don't remember the first time like I sang in the room, but I just remember receiving so much love and so much good energy. And it got to the point where sometimes I'd be joining the room like every day or every couple of days. And every minute I was singing, so I'm thinking, I ain't got nothing else to sing. Like I sang all my songs at the time. I was like writing new thing. I got nothing else to sing. I'm gonna have to like write a song before I join or something. So if I sing, like I'm ready. And I was writing songs before joining and singing, and yeah, it was always good vibes and good energy. And yeah, I appreciate you always like being just accepting me and like making me feel comfortable and welcome. It was always a nice space. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
Thank you so much. No, I appreciate you, because I hear a lot of artists on there, and you know I've been on there for years, so
Yeah.
my ear doesn't. But when I heard you sing, I said, "Hold on, talk." Then I heard you sing. I said, "Oh my God!" Like your voice is amazing.
Thank
Like, you know what I mean. And you already know I'm a fan of yours, and that's, you know, like I said, I see you doing shows and different things, so I want to talk about that as well. So, but I do want to double back on the story about the Clubhouse. So yeah, I heard you sing, and I was like, this is like one of those like you know, Idris Elba things. Like, you know, they talk one way and they talking the other. What kind of? I like, it blew my mind. So let me like I said. So as far as singing wise, what like who is somebody you would say people kind of compare you to, or somebody that you kind of get, you know, somebody, you know, kind of feedback on, like, hey, you sound like such and
you.
such, or do you just
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you have your own lane?
I feel like again, I try to borrow from like so many different people, but one thing that I get a lot is because I always perform with my guitar, I get Leanne LaHavis a lot because she's always with her guitar and like her vocals and like her riffs and runs, and also her style of writing as well is very similar to mine. But she's one of my like top favorites. So if anyone ever says to me, "Oh, do you know the artist Leanne LaHavis? Like you kind of sound like her." I'm like, "Yeah, I know who she is," and I will take that. I will have it. I'll wear it on a t-shirt. Like that's fine. So I do definitely get that a lot.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, nah, that, you know, because of course, certain times people like, man, who you influenced by can come out in your
Yeah,
music, or even,
yeah.
you know, even for certain producers and certain things, they have certain influences. So
Hmm.
that's why I wanted to ask, because I know I heard that tone. I'm like, wow. So now I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but do you, you know what I mean? Do you mind performing something? Now, you don't have to.
You know
But
what?
you know what I mean? Now you can say no. I don't want to put you on the
I
spot, but you know,
I'm ready for
you
you because
ready?
I
You
know
ready?
you.
You
I
know
know
me,
you're
so
gonna
you
ask
already
me.
know
My
what's
guitar's
going.
right here just in case.
Okay, all right, all right. So I'm gonna ask a few more questions, and then to close it out, we'll have you close it out with a nice little performance at the end. So.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right, so let's talk about you releasing your music. When did you release your first song? How did that happen? And then we can talk about you being on the radio and all that other good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah. To be honest, like my first official release that I like released, I say properly, but I was like, oh, I'm just gonna release something. Was in 2018. I released a song called Lazy, and I remember at the time I wasn't really doing anything in the way of music. Like I was trying, but I felt like nothing was working, and it was kind of on a pause. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna buy some studio equipment. A lot of people are recording in their houses and stuff. I'm just gonna try and record in my house. Maxed out my credit cards completely and bought like loads of studio equipment. Got like an instrumental that I found that was free, or I can't remember if I had to pay for it. I can't remember. And I wrote something, and I recorded it, played it for people, and they were like, "Oh, this is really good." I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna release it." So I released Lazy, and like people loved it, and that song gave me the courage and the energy to like want to release some more stuff. But I like things to sound live. Like when I perform everything like live as much as I can, either with a band or with me and my guitar. So I was like, the next thing that I release, I want it to be like live instruments and like proper sounding like you're in the space that I'm in. So then that's when I like started working on Sunshine in My Pocket. And Sunshine in My Pocket is probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever done. And I released it last year and I had so much fun with it, not just the song itself, but like the promo for it and working on content for it, because the song was really me. Like it spoke to me, it was about me, it kind of gave off my energy completely, and it's like exactly who I am. So that was the first time I released something. I was like, do you know what? This is my message. This is exactly what I want to say to people. And now I have a song that does that. And I feel like it's probably my favorite. And then since then, I've been releasing more stuff, and again, just having fun with it. And it's been completely me, completely my energy. And yeah, there's more stuff coming. So
Hello.
yeah, so I'm working, I'm trying always. But yeah, it's definitely one of the scariest things, sharing a piece of like your heart and your soul with the rest of the world, because even some of the songs where I'm like, this is it, this one's gonna bang, everyone's gonna love this, people are like, yeah, okay. And then the ones that I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna push it out, they're like, oh my gosh, this is
Yep.
crazy, this is amazing. I'm like, bruh, like I poured my heart and soul into this one, you're supposed to like this one. And they're like, so I'm just like, I'll just take it, just take whatever you want, be happy. As long as I touch at least one person with one of my songs, I'm good, I'm happy.
No, it's like that when I have studio sessions with certain artists and I'm playing the beats and I'm like, I know they're gonna want this
Yeah.
one. I know they're gonna like this one. And then I play it and nothing happens. I'm like, what? They're like, oh, it's cool. What else you got? I'm like, man, I really thought I worked hard on this one. I really thought this was gonna be the one. They're like, nah, man, go. And then it's a beat that I took 5 minutes on. It's the
Yeah.
one they're like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't even put no thought behind this, so I know exactly what you mean. Well, it's the ones you think like, yo, this is it. Like
Yeah.
this is the one. And then
Yeah.
everybody like, all right, what else you got? So no, that's a big, that's a
It's
big
so
fact right there.
frustrating.
Yes,
But I
it
mean,
is.
it's good because it kind of just shows sometimes, like, even with you and all the amazing things that you do, you know from that you can make something amazing by just not even thinking about it, and that really speaks to your talent and your accreditations as a producer. So it's like, I mean, if they like this and it took me like 2 seconds, I'm good, I did well.
No, I'm like, hey, it's called like making it happen. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
exactly.
sometimes you can make it happen and you plan it and put it all together. Because even if you plan everything
Yeah,
perfectly, something can fall apart or it doesn't work.
exactly,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? And then
Yeah,
sometimes you
yeah,
just throw it out there, and the next thing you know, it's like it's going crazy. Like, hold on, I wasn't ready. I
yeah,
wasn't ready for all
yeah,
this. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah, it's no 100%, winning formula, but
yeah,
it's better to be ready, and that way, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You ain't got to get ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, hello. So,
Exactly.
speaking of producing, because you are a producer as well,
Mm.
what got you into producing? Because I'm a big supporter of the ladies producing. Hello. So,
Yeah.
so what got you into producing?
It's really weird because I was a producer before I knew I was one, and it wasn't until like I had a conversation with another producer who I was like, oh, I've got some songs I need to produce, like I need help, and they were like, why? I'm like, because I need to do the songs, and they were just basically like encouraging me and saying to me, you're already a producer, like you make, and I am a perfectionist, so if I have an idea, I'd like play it on my guitar, maybe add some drums to it, add some things to it, and then send it off to a producer, and they're like, "It's done. Like, what are you trying to do?" So yeah, I feel like that was probably one of the hardest things, admitting that I was a producer, because I'm like, I can't produce like other people. I'm just like throwing things together, but that's essentially like what a producer does and what a producer is. So I remember them just being like, you produce already, you need to own it and you need to step into it and start thinking with the mentality of a producer when you do it, and like it will elevate everything that you do. I was like, okay, cool. But the minute I started saying I was a producer, people would be like, oh, Sasha, like, can you come and be the producer for the session? I'm like, who? Me? I don't know who. I started producing yesterday. I don't know why you would call me, but I remember going into like rooms and spaces, and I'd go into songwriting sessions before and help write songs for other artists. But being in the producer chair and you've got songwriters around you and everyone's waiting for you to press the buttons and like be the sound engineer and do the beat and like create, it was probably one of the, it's very scary because you provide the foundations for everything. But at
Hello.
the same time, it's very rewarding. It's a challenge, and being like in a room as the producer and as a songwriter as well, it's kind of like, yeah, I did that. I created that amazingness, and joining everyone's like ideas and putting it down and building it. And other people in the room, they're not able to do it, or they don't have like the capabilities. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna own this. This is me. I got it.
Hello.
I'm good. And yeah, it was a hard thing to admit that I was, but the more that I do it, the more comfortable I get, and the more I'm like, yeah, I produce my own music. I produce music for other people. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Hello. No, I mean it is a lot of pressure when you are in a session and everybody's looking at you, and when you either press play or they want you to create something from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like the expectation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if your name is a certain kind of name, so you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
or some people just haven't heard of you, so they just like,
Yeah.
let me see what this guy is about. And then when you press play on them, I'm like, oh, all right. And then
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
then a song comes together from it, and you know, they're literally creating nothing
Yeah.
that didn't create, you know, nothing that existed
Yeah.
and making it exist. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, being a producer is a big piece in, you know, this music thing. So
Mm-hmm.
respect the producer and pay the producer, pay your producers too.
That's right.
Hello.
Right. Say
So
that again for the people
pay
in the
your
back.
producers too. Hello. No, we trying to be cheap. Trying to get them free beats. We trying to get them free beats. We want money too. We need money too. My equipment costs money too. Hello. So,
Exactly. 100%.
so, so let's talk about it, because I'm really, like I said, I've been seeing you performing. I mean, how many performances have you done just recently? Like, you've been on fire, my girl. How many?
I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many. They come in and go in, and yeah, there's been a few.
It's more than a few. It's been more than a few. I've been seeing you in these streets with your guitar holding it down. So let's talk about you going to, I don't want to say the initials because in America it means something different, but in the UK, the B, you know, you know what I mean?
The what?
What's the name of y'all broadcast? I can't say it because
Oh, BBC.
yeah,
Oh.
so I can't say that, my girl. I can't pause. I can't say that. So
Oh my God,
just
that is
so you
really
know.
funny. That's
I
really
know
funny.
y'all, it's a little different in the UK, but in America, yeah. So
Oh,
let's talk
BBC
about
Radio.
that. Yeah, sorry, I would have
It's all
said it,
good. It's all good. It's all right.
but
I get
so
it.
let's talk about that experience for you over there. I mean, with the
Yeah.
station.
I again, that was crazy. I feel like everything that happens is crazy because I don't expect any of it. But I obviously released Sunshine in My Pocket last year, and it did way better than I thought it was gonna do, and it got into the ears of like so many people that were like, "Oh yeah, I like the song. Can you come down? Can you come down?" And I remember at the BBC, I was there like 4 different times within 2 weeks. So the first time I performed it live with a live band on like a massive, it was BBC Radio 4, to a massive audience of like 3 million people.
Hello.
And then had like an interview, and I was in the room. I was like, because I bring my mum with me like everywhere, so she was there. I'm like, Mum, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like to this day, I don't think it's hit me that I was in that room, in a room where like so many like iconic people have been. And then after that, I just remember getting a call. Yeah, can you come to BBC Radio London? There's another radio presenter that wants you on the show. And then there was another one, and there was another one, and I was like back and forth 4 different times. And it's weird as well because normally I don't have the opportunity to do those things. Like I'm busy or I'm like doing other things, but every single time my schedule was clear, and like on that specific day I was doing everything around it. But that specific day at that specific time, there was always a way for me to go. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And yeah, I was performing on the show on different BBC radio stations and shows, like 4 different times. And it was just nice, like hearing people respond to my music and getting new like followers and fans. People like enjoyed what I was doing and all of that kind of stuff, and getting the opportunity to talk about my songs as well. Because when I write songs, like they really mean something to me. So being able to explain what the songs were, and I had loads of singles out at the time, and being able to introduce them to the world in that way on BBC Radio was like, okay, I'll take it. I'll accept it. That's fine. I have it.
Hello.
So yeah, it was good. It was good. Good times.
Nah, that's amazing, man. That's like I said, it's an amazing platform. So many, like you said, iconic people been there, because it is one of the world biggest platforms. So it's just not for, for your area, it's for the world. So congratulations on that. So let's transition to what are you cooking now? What's going on with you now? What have you released currently? What's your newest release, and what you got coming up next?
So my latest release it was released in May, so it was a while back, to be fair. But my latest release was a song called Dream Away, which again, I love that song because of how it happened and all of the incidents behind it, sort of thing. I remember when I was writing it, I was really struggling because I was producing for everyone, I was writing songs for everyone, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything for myself. Like, where's my turn? Why am I not focusing on me? And I'm saying I can't produce for me because I'm too much of a perfectionist. I can't write songs. I can't release things. And then it got to the point where I'm like, Sacha, you're a songwriter. You play an instrument and you're a producer. You could literally make a song in your room in 5 minutes and get it done. I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So I spent a day just writing a song. It didn't even take long. It took me like 10 minutes. And then I spent the rest of the day recording it, locking it down, and then Dream It Away happened. And that was like for me to prove to myself, I can actually do it. I can do everything. I did all the album art, like album cover. I did it all like on my own just to prove to myself I could do everything. I could sit in every pocket. I could do what I want. All the marketing, promo, all of that stuff, like I could do by myself. So that song is just like, was a proof to me that I could do it. So I had that song come out in May, and then release like a R&B remix version, which also came out in May. And then now I've been writing since then, and I've been like traveling and doing what I can and getting some inspiration. Now I'm like ready to get back in the studio. I've been in the studio, getting in the studio tomorrow, just doing as much as I can, getting ready, because in a couple of months there will be something coming out. So,
okay, hello. Oh, can we get an hello?
Little exclusive. Something's coming.
Okay. So y'all follow. Make sure y'all hit that follow button and make sure you're following, because I'm telling y'all that she's a superstar. She's a superstar.
Oh, thank you.
So again, I just want to thank you for, coming on the show. We got a few more minutes, but I definitely want you to, give us a little a little 1-2, you know what I mean, of what you do, so they know this ain't, you know what I mean, ain't no fluke why you on here, and why you on the, you know, the biggest, you know, radio station, you know, in your country. And so you know, so I do want to give you a little time for that, but real quick, can you let people know where to find you, you know, what platforms you on and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram is like my biggest, that's where I put everything. So as long as you follow me on Instagram, you'll find me. But you can visit my website as well, which is www.sachatoofficial.com. Subscribe to my mailing list. I do like monthly newsletters with some fun stuff and just letting you guys know what I'm up to as well. So that's where you can find all the details and exclusives, because anyone on my mailing list gets all the information first. So visit my website. The link is in my bio. And I'm on, I was gonna say Twitter. I don't know if I can say Twitter anymore. Is it X now? I guess.
No, it's still Twitter. We still rocking with Twitter.
I'm on Twitter, guys. We're making a stand. I'm on Twitter as well. Sacha Official. Facebook, Sacha Official. Everywhere is Sacha Official, except YouTube, because someone stole Sacha Official and it still hurts me to this day. That's Sacha T Official on YouTube. But like I said, everything is in my bio. So if you need it, just give me a follow. Drop me a message. I don't bite. I promise you I'm nice. I'll message you back. Don't worry. But yeah.
She's not bougie.
I'm not bougie. I'll message you. I mean, it might just be a sunflower. It might be a little bit, but it'll be something. I'll message you like something. I'm friendly, I promise.
No, definitely. Well, before we get up out of here, you know, I want to hear something. You know what I mean? Whatever you like to play, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little something. You got to play long or anything. If you want to play 1 minute, 2 minutes, however long you want to play, you got the time. And then we'll close out. But hello.
Here's my friend here. I mean, I'll do a snippet of Sunshine in My Pocket because, like I said, it's my favorite. It's actually really funny as well, just to add. I performed this song for the first time in your room, and I remember writing it like a couple of days before, and like the first time I performed it ever was in the room, and it got such good feedback. I'm like, yeah, I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping this one.
Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna do Sunshine in My Pocket in the spirit of the clubhouse room. Okay. There's something in the air today. Something about the way you say good morning has changed. It's like you don't believe your words. Before I ask you why, I just wanna say this first. It's okay to not wanna smile. Okay to put your worries on and not feel good for a while. 'Cause that's what makes us human. Just know I'm right by your side to help you put your happiness back on. I always keep the spare, yours lost away. So if you ever need a little bit of sunshine, take a look in my pocket. I think you like what you may find. A folded rainbow right there in my wallet with a coupon smile. Just promise you won't spend it all at once. There's plenty of where it came from. Oh. So if you ever need a little bit of sunshine, you can have mine anytime.
Hello, man. Put the fires in the chat. Put them fires in the chat, man. Hello. I know y'all enjoyed that when I enjoyed it. Hello. Wow. I told y'all. Y'all thought I was capping. I was not capping.
Thank you.
I told y'all. You're a superstar.
Thank
and
you.
that
I
was wow.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful, my girl. That was beautiful. So
thank you.
Again. So Sasha, let's always like this. The new part I'm adding for the artist. What is one goal that before it's all done? For your indie career, you done retired. What is one goal you want to do or have or accomplish before you retire with this music? Oh, because music you really don't retire because you just perform till you can't walk no more, till your back go out and everything. So
yeah,
so,
exactly.
Before you get to your knee going out and everything like that, what is one thing you like to accomplish?
It's really really difficult because this question is always really hard for me because I really don't know. I really have no idea. And I know like I should have goals and like a target or something, but I feel like right now I'm just taking it as it goes. And I feel like when it comes to like even my song Dream It Away, like exactly what it's about is like I used to have things that I aspired to. I used to be like, I want to be this, I want to be at the Grammys, I want to be like the VMAs. Like obviously if somebody invites me, I'm going. Do you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But at the same time, I feel like all of the things that I was aspiring to do and that I wanted to do, I was covering or not realizing that I was actually doing it anyway. So I was like, I want to be performing. I'm doing it. I want to be in the studio writing songs with like big artists. I'm doing it. I want to be producing for people. I'm doing it. Like I don't know what else. I don't know what else right now that I could do that I'm not currently doing. Like I'm grateful for the stages that I've been invited to sing on. I'm grateful for the artists that I've been invited to perform with or perform for. Like all of that kind of stuff. I'm literally living my dream, and obviously it can only get bigger, and every step, no matter how big, no matter how small, I'm like, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna slowly build until I get there. But when I look back, I'm way ahead than I thought I would be at this point. So I have no idea to answer your question. I don't know. I don't know.
There's too many. You just want it all, guys. You want it all.
Just give me everything.
Okay, I like that answer. You want to listen, Grammys, VMAs, Billboard, whatever they want to give me. You know,
invite me. I'm there. I'll be there and I'm not even invited. I'm gonna just stand in the corner in an expensive dress and be like, listen, I'm here now, you might as well just let me in. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. All you need is your guitar. Just stand out there with your guitar.
Just start singing. Yeah, 100%. It obviously like people are messaging me and like, oh, your song has inspired me or has touched me or whatever, and I'm like, that's it. That's all I ever really wanted to do. Like if I get one person that their life is saved or like they've changed their perspective on life because they've heard one of my songs, I'm not gonna say that's bigger than any award, because like if someone was to give me a Grammy tomorrow, I would take it. If someone was to give me a VMA award, I would take it at the same time. But like my biggest reward comes from people's response to my music, and I'm doing all of that. So I don't know. I'll just be where I am.
That's a great answer. I'll take that answer because it is kind of hard to, pinpoint one particular thing when you don't, like you said, you don't know how, you might get 20 of them. You might win 30. Like some people, I know, like I look at like history and people like man, I won like album of the year, and different people, they were surprised that they won, but then they end up winning. So you never know what's in your cards.
You never know.
You never know what's in your cards.
I'm going to take it when it comes, and like I said, put on my expensive dress and stand there and take pictures. That's it. That's where I'm going to be.
Hello. Well, you definitely going to be there because you are a person to watch. So that's why I want to make sure that my people know that Sacha T is on the way. So y'all make sure y'all follow her at Sacha Official here on Instagram. And you will be seeing more of her music, and you will be seeing her on the radio, on the TV. So y'all make sure y'all know about her early like I did. Because, so I know her early before she blow up. So
thank you.
Yes. Well, any last words before we get up out of here, my girl?
Nothing. Just if you're listening, if you can hear me, if you take nothing else from what I said, just make sure you check on somebody, make sure they're all right. I'm spreading love, joy, sunshine as always. And to you, Rothstein, especially, like, thank you for everything. Like, thank you for your support. Even when you're not like visibly supporting, you're always supporting, and like I'm always feeling the love and the energy, and even like inviting me on this platform to like be in this space. I appreciate it completely. So yeah, I'm sending love your way. I thank you. I'm always supporting you as well. Like it's here in the UK. Like I'm far away, but I hope you feel it. Like I'm sending it.
Hello,
so everyone.
I tell them I'm good in the UK. I try to tell them I'm good in the UK. Roth good in the UK. So if I need to pull up in the UK, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So.
Make it happen. But no, I appreciate this platform, and yeah, like I said, if you're listening, let's just spread a little love for the rest of your day, whatever you're doing, just spread a little love.
All right, well, we about to get up out of here. This has been another Roth Talk podcast. I'm back.
Woo!
This is the relaunch. This is my first podcast interview in probably like 2 months, 3 months. I've been on break,
Oh
but I've been having a
my God.
lot of music going on. So that's why, I had to take a little hiatus, but this was a great interview to bring, the relaunch of my podcast back. So next week, I will be having Victor and Tahara Brown, who are some amazing filmmakers and business managers for people from, there's so many great people they didn't manage and dealt with. So y'all make sure y'all pull up next week, August 21st, 8 p.m. But, we got to get up out of here. But before y'all get out of here, make sure y'all follow Sacha T right now, Sacha Official right now, because she's on the way. Make sure y'all stream Sunshine in the Pocket. Hold on, I got Dream It Away right here. So I'm going to play a little Dream It Away before we get up out of here, because that's my joint right now. Hold on,
Yeah.
that's my joint right now. So let me play that real quick before we get up out of here. Hello. Get a little bit of that. Hello. Y'all feel that vibe? That feel good, don't it? Hello. Come on. Dream it away. Hello. Hey. This has been another Roth Talk podcast. Hey. Come on. Hey. She's singing that. Hold on, she's singing that. So, make sure y'all go support her on iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, all over. But we about to get up out of here. Hey, this is Roth Talk Podcast, where we talk that talk. And hopefully y'all enjoyed this talk that we had today, because I definitely did. Sacha T, much blessings. Congratulations. And we're going to be in touch, my girl. So I'll holler at you.
Yeah, for sure,
All
for
right.
sure.
We gone. See y'all later. Peace.
Bye.